Austin, at one point I read where you tweeted, "Man, it's great to be alive." How would you describe your outlook on life after everything you've been through?
Well, I mean, after what I've been through, I mean, it might sound kind of weird to people, who read like it's great to be alive. Well, obviously, but I mean, when you're inches away, millimeters away from death, you really understand that you look at that from a different lens, and I mean, it just is, quite frankly. I mean, just every day, the opportunities I have, with my family, with my friends, with Coach Adams here, Uncle Michael here, all the guys here at Loyola. I mean, it's just a great group of people out here, and I didn't know what to expect, but I mean, like I said, coming out here, I was actually surprised in a really, really good way.
Austin, usually when you endure something tough, you can draw strength from people who have been through something similar, but obviously I would guess in your situation that's hard. Have you found anyone who has been through anything like you have, and if so, does that make it hard to find people who can relate with what you've been through?
Yeah, interesting question. I mean, obviously, if you look in detail on what I've been through, 2 airplane accidents, I'm not sure. There's in all likelihood there probably is somewhere, but I'm not sure there's anyone who's been through and survived two plane crashes. I'm not saying that in any way other than to mean, I think God had his hand on me, and I think there's a plan for my life, and it would be interesting to talk to someone who's been through something similar, but I haven't found them yet.
Austin, if you could look back and when you woke from the coma and realized all that you had lost, was there a time involved where it took you to gain some hope or to feel that there was hope?
Well, certainly. I mean, like waking up from the coma. I wasn't aware of things. I mean, I woke up. I had no idea where I was. I had no idea what year it was or anything. I mean, it's like almost like I was just born. Okay, and I have no recollection of that moment at all. But I mean, over time, as my brain healed, I started to feel more emotion, and it was just kind of a thing that came with time. And then I kind of realized, because after I had been home from the RSC, for a month, whatever, it just kind of seemed empty. Obviously I knew what happened, but I was just kind of like, where's my dad, and where's my family, where's my mom, and it was just kind of something that just kind of took time to get used to. And like I said, it's not something the pain is never going to go away, but it's just something that you learn to cope with over time.
Austin, academic success is very important to you. What do you hope to accomplish once you get to Michigan?
Well, that's still up in the air a little bit, but I aspire to pursue a career in medicine of some kind. So whether I major in biology or chemistry or something like that, whatever it takes to get into medical school and take all the necessary prerequisites required for a pre-med student.
How was your schoolwork playing out in terms of your recovery? Is that a challenge?
Yeah, it is. It's not where it was before the accident, but I mean you have to remember. I suffered a traumatic brain injury, and I had to relearn how to walk and talk and eat. I had to relearn everything. It's like I said, it's almost like I was born again. And so I mean, it's kind of not like I was starting from square one, but I was set back several years as a result of that injury, and I think it's just going to be something that comes with time.
Is it difficult to be patient with yourself, just with basketball and off the court?
Yeah. Yes, certainly. I mean, it's very, it's a bit frustrating at times, just because I realized where I was before the accident, and then where I am now, obviously. But then I'm sure I'd be sure to just realize the fact that I was in a plane crash and was in a coma for 8 weeks or so, and I mean I can't change that, obviously, and not that I'm making an excuse for my lack of performance, but it's just like, I mean, you have to realize the significance of what happened.
Or would you say your progress has been better cognitively or physically
I can't really pinpoint an area where I've recovered, made the most recovery. It's I think it's been pretty similar. Things have gotten better with time, but like my Uncle Michael said, talking to doctors at the hospitals in Traverse City, Michigan, at the Munson Medical Center, and at the RIC in Chicago, and even some of the doctors in Fort Wayne, they'll tell you. My recovery, it's been nothing short of a miracle, and I don't attribute that to my own work. Because I've worked at it hard, but there's something else involved, and I can only attribute that to my faith.
Austin, have you and Coach Beeline talked about a potential role for you if you're not able to play Division I basketball?
Yes, absolutely. Coach Beeline, I signed the national letter of intent last week. He wouldn't still be honoring my scholarship if he didn't see that I have a role on that team that would help them win basketball games. I haven't talked about what my role is going to be specifically, but he said, Austin, whatever you're able to do, whether it be just be a manager, be a practice player, whatever. He said you're here on scholarship no matter what.
Both of your parents meet at Michigan, or did they both go to Michigan, your parents?
No, they did. Well, my mom did, actually. And then my dad finished undergrad and went over to Michigan for his final year to work as a lab technician.
Austin, I know you've received a lot of mail from anyone from Michigan fans to complete strangers. Is there anything that stands out among the ones that you received as you've looked back through it?
Yeah, well, I received a lot of that mail. It came to my house when I was in the hospital at the RIC in Chicago. So when I got home, I wasn't really, my mind wasn't improved enough to where I could look at it and actually understand what it was and why. Just for that, I can't really tell you. I honestly have no recollection of that, just because of where my brain was and what happened as a result of the brain injury. All I can tell you is there was a lot.
Austin, what have you learned about yourself in the last 2.5 years?
I've learned. I kind of knew this, but I've been put to the ultimate test. The ultimate test of resilience, of faith, of courage, of work ethic, things of that nature. And I think what the past 2 years, what I've experienced is kind of told me, that I'm willing to put in the necessary work to overcome my hardships.
Austin, why did you feel the need to come up here today and speak to all of us and share your story? I received a lot of media stuff from when I, basically from when I came home from the hospital and till now. Obviously, at times more so than others, but I just kind of wanted to have this interaction with the media, just to kind of just tie things off, because I need to not that I want to get it break all ties with the media per se, but I just need to focus on my priorities and my recovery and my schoolwork, and I just wanted to have this press conference to convey that, and hope that you guys would respect my wishes and the wishes of my family.
Austin, can you share in your own words why you chose not to come back last February when you had the chance to play the game, and why you felt like it was the better decision to wait?
Yeah. Like you said, I had the chance. The doctor talked to me and said, talk to your therapist, and he thinks this is the next step for you to take on your road to recovery. But doctors may know, and therapists will know, and they can say we think you're ready. But I'm the one who knows more so than anyone, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And I told my therapist, my doctor, my coach, I said, I'm not going to be any asset to my team other than who already exists. And I don't want to be put in the game just because I am who I am and because of what I've been through. Obviously, I still want to win basketball games, and if I'm not going to help the team win basketball games, then I don't deserve to be out there.
And along those same lines, what will it mean to you when you do step on the floor, whether it's at Loyola or down the road?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be. It won't so much be mission accomplished, but I put a lot of work into accomplishing that, and it'll feel really good
just because I'll know, what I've been through, and I'll know I've overcome some significant obstacles. About as big of an obstacle as anyone has, and that's made it back out to the basketball court. So.
Austin, you've been through this twice now. Have there been any points where you thought this isn't fair, or why me?
A little bit, but then again, I thought, if I'm still around after what I've been through, there's got to be a plan for me, and my faith tells me that I've been put to the test, but a man's real character is revealed in the midst of hardships, and people say hardships build character or what have you. I don't think that's the case. I think that when you go through something as traumatic as I did, like the hardships, they don't really build it, although they might. They reveal your character.
Any other questions?
Well, was there a long process by which you became eligible that the Southern Section or the CIF granted you this extra year? Was there any waiting for that to happen, or was that a rather swift process?
Well, I can't really tell you. I wasn't involved in the details of that. That was a lot of my coach over here, who took care of a lot of that for me. But I think once he told them the scenario and said, although I really should be in college right now, had the circumstances not happened, but because stuff happened the way it did, I wasn't able to play my junior year or my senior year for that matter. And so they just kind of understood the fact that, this kid's been through a lot. And we don't like to make exceptions to the rules, but if we're going to make one, this kid deserves it.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you.